Domino's? You're not delivering past 4? Because coronavirus? That's some bullshit. Mamma mia, I just want the pizza pie! Welcome to the Apocoalypse Cooking Channel. We're making pizza today. Pizza dough is one of those things that's really easy. I feel like a lot of people overthink it. You can make your own dough. All you're gonna need is a bowl. You're gonna need half a cup or 100 grams of water at 95 to 105 degrees. If you don't have a thermometer, that's just a little bit warmer than body temp. You're gonna need a 1/4 teaspoon or 1 to 2 grams of yeast. You're gonna need 1 teaspoon of sugar or 5 grams, along with half a teaspoon of salt or 2 to 3 grams. You wanna get your salt and sugar dissolved together, and then slowly start adding in your flour. Probably not gonna use all of this. You wanna reserve a little bit for kneading. Start with about a little more than half. I like to do this in a mixing bowl. You can entirely use your hands for this. In the bowl, once you get it mostly together, you can turn it out. I like to do this on a board, but if not, a countertop works fine. Add a little more flour, and when you knead, you want to fold it over, push through it, turn it 90 degrees, fold it over, push through it for about 5 to 10 minutes. It starts to feel wet, add more flour. For the flour that I had, this is still all of it. I didn't incorporate all of it right away. If Audible would sponsor this channel, I could tell you to listen to an audiobook while doing this. Once you have a pretty smooth and elastic dough, put this into a grease container. I like these deli containers because I can put a lid on them. We're gonna proof this overnight in the fridge. You can do this on your countertop for 2 to 4 hours. As it sits overnight, it develops more flavor. You can hold this in your fridge for up to a week. So I put it in there, work it around. You can put this in a bowl of plastic wrap, but I care about the environment and don't use single-use plastics that often. Food Network magic, this is one I did earlier. I want to start to push it out. We're making pizza, right? So. And the dough is going to be pretty cold, so it's going to be pretty stiff, but that's fine. Once you have it as big as you can get it without tearing it. Into a pan, pretty liberal amount of oil. Make sure that you really work it around, get the oil in everywhere. If it seems like a lot, it's still probably not enough. You don't want this to stick. You can do this in a cast iron, but we're actually gonna secondary proof this dough in this pan. So I like having a lid to cover it, to proof it. Just do your best to work it to the edge. It seems really tight and it won't get there. It's fine. As it warms up, we'll stretch it one more time. We're gonna let this proof in a warm area for 30 minutes to an hour. After 30 to 45 minutes, the dough will start to rise again, and you can just start to work it all the way out to the edge of the pan. This is pizza after all, so you can top it with whatever you want. We're gonna go pretty simple here, just some tomato sauce. This was just canned tomato that I broke out of the can into a more appropriate container. Do a little garlic action on there. And some cheese. Two schools of thought on this. Some people say you gotta go on the edge, it's pan pizza. I like a little handle on there, that's fine. Moderate heat to immediately cover it. Here's why. The yeast in the dough eats the sugar, and the sugar is produced by the flours because the flour has enzymes that break itself down. Cool stuff. It eats the sugar, poops out carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is a gas. That's what creates the holes in your bread. The reason we're covering it, holes are also filled with moisture. When they get hot, they steam and puff. So you want to trap in as much of that heat as possible to get that crust to rise. That's what happens when you put bread or pizza in an oven. But since we're doing this in a pan, we're going to cook this with the lid on for 3-4 minutes. Then we're going to let the lid off for a little bit, get some of that excess steam out so we don't have soggy pizza, and then finish it in the oven. For about 3 minutes, comes off, and you will notice your pizza will have puffed a little bit. That's good. It means that your yeast did the carbon dioxide thing we talked about, and then steam happened. After another couple of minutes on the burner, go into the oven for about 5 minutes. Public service announcement. If your pans were not designed to go into the oven, don't do this. Plastic handled pans, they're gonna melt. A little bit of common sense is required for these things. After your pizza's cooked for 3 to 5 minutes, dough looks mostly done, turn your broiler on, just get that cheese a little bit crispy. Trim it. Once your pizza has gotten some nice color underneath the broiler, it's done. Take that bad boy out of the oven. If you have a wire rack, I recommend letting it cool on that for a couple of minutes just to keep the bottom nice and crispy. Hold on. It's really hot. Is this better than a Neapolitan pizza? No. Did I ever make that claim? Of course not. Is it a half decent pan pizza? It's fairly easy to make. You don't need a baking stone. Your oven doesn't have to be at 600 degrees. It's good. It does its job. And I'm okay with that. As always, recipes down below. If you like this, subscribe. Send us your ideas. Send me a picture of your pantry. Let me know what you have. I'll go mug someone to get the ingredients I need if I have to. All for you guys. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your apocalypse.